Hello, everyone. This is Connie Skaggs from Ladson, South Carolina. And I wanted to come on today and do a quick YouTube video about how to maybe work out a July 4th page or something whenever you don't really have anything for 4th of July. Okay? And so we're just kind of going to use some cardstock today, but I've got a couple different ideas, several different punches that you can use and the way you use them. So, and all these things that I'm showing you are still available on the Creative Memories website. And so starting Monday, we have, if you spend $150, you have a choice of 3 different pick your own promo, in other words. And they've got some nice rainbow dot bags that are like the older, the 31 bags that used to be out, and now they're no longer a company. So they've got a deluxe one, they've got a set of 2 smaller ones, and they will hold like punches and are big insert. And you can put 4 of them in the big one and carry it with you if you needed to, or or even have it for storage. I also have a heartfelt, it's called Heartfelt Noteworthy bundle. And so that one is really pretty. It's just added a little splash of color to our Noteworthy, which is a standard one that we're using this year. Very general. And so, but it has paper, paper mats, paper that's paper on one side or mats on the other, and that you can cut apart. And then they also have a group of stickers, and they also have 2 sets of letters in different colors. So it's a fun bundle, and you pick any of those 3, or anytime you spend 150. If you spend in increments of 150, if you do 300, you get to pick 2. If you do 450, you get to pick 3 things, and you can pick any of the 3. I don't know what will sell out or be claimed first. My guess would be the big deluxe bag that they have, so the rainbow one. But anyway, those are on my website, so you can be sure to look there. If you don't have a Creative Memories advisor, I would love to be that one for you. And if you are a customer of mine, please reach out to me. And so I just think it's a good mix. So let me change my camera, and then we're going to talk about some things. It's all to do, and I forgot to check my sound, so hopefully that was up loud enough. But I forget sometimes I'm talking and I just hear, and so I want to be sure I'm speaking up clearly for you. But I want to look at some different ways and different things that we have. And there is an All-American, no, what is that called? All-American Blast is the paper pack and set that is still out and available. We still have Perfectly Patriotic, the frame and the stickers from last year. We don't have the paper from them. And you may have some other colors. And so sometimes just adding a little sticker with some cardstock to another cardstock is all you need, or to your page. So just letting you know that those things are still available. And so we're going to switch my camera. So hopefully you can see, and the first one I'm going to do is this dollop. And the reason, and I can't, I have so many things out, so I can't have, and let me just, and this is from my album. This is from few years ago. This was 10 years ago, of my pages and stuff. But I don't remember what collection this was from. This is a punch we no longer have, but I'm going to kind of show you this design in a punch that we do have. And so we still have the firecracker punch. And so anyway, we're going to work with a few, but I wanted to show you something, how to layer that. What I'm going to do is use the dollop arch punch. Of course, anytime this is a frame punch. I'm not going to do the frame. We're just using it as a straight border. I've already cut my blue and red. And so I'm just going to cut this one. And of course, the way these work, the frame ones, if you do it on the side, it's going to go where it goes up as a frame. And if you do it from the little black notch, then you can do it as a border. And you can see that that's just 2 inches across there. And so you get two of those each time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of these off at the end. And so, but anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and punch it as is. And so just excuse me for this loud noise for a little bit. Hopefully it won't be too loud because I think Zoom has me to do a little silencer. So hopefully, and of course I'm right on a table that is I don't have any padding here with it or anything like that, so, and it's okay. I know y'all don't mind, you know the drill and all that. So let me get rid of this trash. And so, but what we're basically making is something's going to look like this, but without, this is with the scallop crochet, which is on last chance. So I do not know when this will run out, but I would say on Monday for sure, because this one has been very popular. And so you can see that just looks like a garland, and all I've done is layer these and I make them a different cut. And so I've got the blue. Once I punch it, I measure it from the tips here, the longest part. And so the blue is 1 3/4 inches. And then the white, I cut it at 2 1/4. And the red, I cut at 2 3/4. So there's like a 1/2 inch overlap. And so if you take this, and of course, I just grabbed a piece of beige cardstock so you can, it'll blend. It's not another white, but you could use white because white is in between these two. And I should have got a piece of white. Plus, what I've used there is a bright white, actually. And let me just grab a piece of regular white. See, what you can tell, there's a little bit of difference there in those two. But the white wouldn't look bad here either on this one because I've got the white in between. And so see, you can do that and have a little bit of white at the top. You could also, in these stickers, a lot of times they have a border sticker that will work. I had used a border sticker on that other one at the top. And so I'm not sure. This is from last year. And I don't see one that really will work well. I guess the stars could go across there and stuff. But, you could also put this all the way to the top. And it's really fine with that. And I know we're going back and forth here, but let's just go ahead. And I just grabbed some red cardstock that I had here already cut out. And so these are 4x6 mats. And so if I do like that, if I do it, let's just put it, let me see, let's put it at the bottom. Let me just do it in the middle. And maybe just measure those a little bit better. And you can offset them, you could angle them, whatever you want to do. But let's just see if I stuck a, and this is a shimmer, so maybe I just have him down there, but maybe not. I like the red because it's popping. But another punch we have, this is part of the piece by piece mini trio set. And this is the star. And so these I've punched out in some shimmer paper. So, just do a little cluster there, a little one up here or something. And so, if you just look, that's all you need for that page. Put your pictures on. If you wanted to do a 4x4, you could. and make it a journal box. I didn't pull that, but let's do this. Let's move this over, this one over, take this off. I have a 4.5 here, I think, or four. Then I've got a 4-inch white that I could put there as a journal box. And if I put these here, this one up here, and actually I'm sitting here picking around and I should have my lifter stick over here. And I don't, so this is much easier to do. And so, and this is, I'm not attaching anything, so you would know. And so if you wanted to do something else down here or at the top, you know, do a couple of these little guys, offset them, you know, they kind of look cute. So it's whatever you want to do, but all I wanted to show you is you do these layers and they look, you know, like the banners and stuff you see out and about or whatever. So anyway, this one was with the scallop crochet that recently come out, and it is on last chance. So you want to, you know, get that. You still have the firecrackers. They still have piece by piece. It's a 3-piece set, but this star is one of them that is in that set. And don't quote me on the price. I'm not sure on those because they're a set, and I'm almost positive of $29 for the set of 3. And so, but anyway, so that gives you that one. Now, we'll go to the beige because I need to show you something else before I get into this one that I'm going to offset. Okay, so then I have also picked this one is the flag banner. It's kind of an older punch. We've had it for a little while. It's perfect as a banner. And I keep doing the blue at the top for some reason because I keep thinking red, white, and blue, and I kind of go up. And these, if you're just going to stack 2 of them and offset it a little bit, it looks okay. But if I was going to, I didn't want to stack, I couldn't stack them the same way I did that other one. And so I would layer them just close to each other, like so. Maybe pull that one all the way up to the top, this one all the way up next to him, and this one the next one like that. And let that be a banner, you know, across the top. Again, these got these little stars that I took out. And so what if we, I only got 2 of these, so let's just, it's a shimmer. And then see if you want to put the shimmer stars around and about, and here I am going again and trying to pick that up without using my little fantastic lifter stick. I forget what colors they are now. This was a special color they had. And so, but we still do have the lifter sticks, and I want to say they're about $8, I think. Like I say, not sure on the price. And because we're using beige, I could actually put a white star in there. You know, you like to kind of cluster 3 at a time. And so, you know, if you do a single one, you want it to be single. And so, like that. So maybe I just do those 2 little bunches. Still could do your little couple of these little guys. You know, like they're getting ready to be set off. And it's just kind of cute. So there is another page that's ready to go. Just because you use this one, it's just the flag banner punch. And so that is, you know, available. So it's called the flag banner punch. Okay. And these little stars, I could intersperse the different colors in there because I could like put the white in with this blue or the red in with blue and the blue in with the white, whatever, you know. So there's different ways to use that. So that is, and all I'm going to do right now is take these off because I have some others here. And this one is the garland banner. So you have to watch a little closer when you're punching it. Just because you might see here that I didn't punch that all the way in. I would just trim it up is all I would do. And so But these are another one that you can offset them a little bit to where they look pretty good, you know, but you don't want to do all three. For some reason, I just felt like that was a much, but it can be done. It's okay. So those could work that way, you know. If you wanted to just extend them down, you could. Same way that I've done the others. You know, if you just want to use two colors, then just use two colors. Not even put the others on there. So that's another one, another way to use these. You know, I don't know how it would look to put one at the bottom. I don't think it'd be bad. All right, and so there you go. We got one with a couple at the top. The bottom, we just left the same scheme here in the middle. So, and you could use them alternately, however you wanted to. You know, maybe I want to put the blue down here, put the red up here. You know, I'm not sure. You know, the white behind that kind of looks good because then you kind of feel like you can just offset that a little bit. So, you know, it's whatever would work for you. So, but I want to show you, and this one is called the garland banner, and the garland banner is still available. So that's another type. Like I said, now your firecracker punch is still available. This star punch is called Piece by Piece Mini Trio Set, and it is the star. Okay, so you've got several options, but let me show you what I'm going to do with this other. And we're just going to scoot these off. And I just, like I said, I just punched a few things that I thought would work. You could, I could have used a platinum shimmer. I could have used a light blue, like the baby blue we had, or whatever. So now, what I wanted to see, it's kind of like where we layered this at the beginning of those other two, and I've still got to cut that off. And so I'd want this one in between. But instead of just layering them like this, and you know, I want to offset it. And this one back on top. And so I'm going to cut this one off on the end. And you could cut half of it and put the other half over here if you wanted to. Maybe I should do that. But one of the things I want to do is I'm going to cut them the same distance I did these others. So I'm a trimmer, and for some reason I just like the blue on the top. I guess you could do whichever one, but this one is not as big as the deep, I guess I should say, as the scallop crochet is. And so where I done this other one at 1 3/4, I could actually do this one at 1 1/4. And then it has a little bit of a border there, enough at the top. Or I could go into 1 1/2. 1 1/2, that would give me enough room to put a little sticker on top of it. So let's do that. So the blue is going to be at 1 1/2, and the white will be at 2 inches. So I'm just lining the peak of these up at the 2-inch mark, all the way down through here. And then the red will be at 2 1/2, at the 2 1/2-inch mark. It's an easy way, and you know, and then I just had some extra scraps there then left, and but it's an easy way to do that. And so now I have to decide if I want to just do a half of this. It was harder. I could have offset this if I wanted to. And one of the things I would have done would have been turn this upside down and started my side to where it would have been halfway in this one. And then I would turn it over and match my punch going across, and that would have done it too, and it would all been one together. But let's just take half an inch off of this and see if I put it on this other side. So we're going to see how that would work. Now, if I was going to do that, let me grab something here real quick. And I don't know how many of you, let me see if I can find one. Yes. Have used these little tape chips. And you can use them on your pictures and then peel them off and put them down, you know, if you don't like to use the tape or whatever. But in this instance, because I'm going to hold these two together and turn them on the back. And all I'm going to do is put these, we're going to try this anyway. See. One there. And I'll turn the other one the other way because I want it to be sure to go down. And all it's going to do is hold that in place for me. And see, you can't even tell that there's a line on this other side. So then when I want to, I go ahead and I set the white on top of the red, which it should go to where these are showing up in the center. I can see I got that one punch off a little bit. Looks like my white's not quite as long as my red. And then my blue is offsetting, but it is kind of matching up with this. So now I'm not crazy about that because it's not exactly where I want it. So I'll take these off. So I don't particularly like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this other one. Other side. Right where this would be, or a half inch. So, because this would have been, you know, one whole piece here that I'm cutting off. Cut off that other side because that's the side that's kind of crooked. Anyway, so now I'm just going to put a little tape just enough to hold this on. And all I want to do is offset it to where it's kind of right in the center. I'm hoping y'all will be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just putting these right in the center of this other peak. And then this will go on top. And I mean, and like I said, you can leave that there. You can put it there if you want to. I just wanted to make it a little bit like the other one was. And so you've got this as it's offset now. And then like this, I could actually do these stars. That's the top. I wanted to. I don't think I will right now. But I'm just kind of showing you something that you could do. A lot of times you just have a single strip too, or a little single strip of a different color or whatever color you're doing underneath. And so, again, this one could work on a white, and see that extra white at the top just kind of gives it a start finish line, so to speak. And so here we are back with the white and maybe using the reds. Have a small, that's not one, just a little red. But do 3 of the reds here, whatever. Do 2 of them over here. Like that. I mean, you know, it's your options, you know, whatever you'd want to do. That's supposed to be the same distance. And maybe I want to do it like this, make it more of a patchwork thing looking. But all you have to do is add you. Take this to one side, like so. Make that distance the same. And have you a little bit of a space over here. And that's all you need to make you a little July 4th page without any of the July 4th stuff. So, but I just wanted to share with you how many tools that we have that would work for something like this. And so, and so like I said, some of these I done on shimmer paper, and that's a little shimmer. And so maybe my picture would be smaller here. Maybe I want a journal here, you know, do a little journal box or whatever. So how cute is that after all? I mean, it just really pulls everything together. So, but again, it's the firecracker punch, piece by piece, with the star. Now, this piece by piece also has a flower petal and something else with it. And I'm sorry, I should have just brought all 3 of them down here, and I will. I'll just get them. The garland banner, your flag banner, dollop arch, which is a frame punch. And of course, this one is on last chance, which is our scallop crochet. So let me grab those other 2 real quick. They're part of this piece by piece. This is like it's a petal. So when you put, you know, 5 of these together around, it makes like a flower petal. This here has got 4 different pieces to it. It's got a small dot, a little bigger dot, a crescent, and a heart. And they're not real large, but this dot here is a perfect one to go with the holly. And I'm just trying to, here's one where I've used that little punch right there as my, you know, little circle there. So just letting you know, these are together as a set, and I believe those are 29. All the rest of punches, the border punches are 29. The firecracker is 25. So they do have a couple that are going to come out on sale on Monday, that are doing them the reduced amount for the 50% off, which is the umbrella and the pineapple. So anyway, hopefully you've liked this today and that you've got something out of all of this craziness that I just did. So let me change my camera. But I do hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you have a good, safe holiday weekend, and that you just remember me and enjoy a burger or a hot dog or a corn on the cob or whatever your thing is to do for the holiday weekend. And so until I see you later, this is Connie Skaggs from Latson, South Carolina, right outside of Charleston. And so, anyway, I really enjoy sharing with you today, and hopefully, you can make something and let me know how it turned out. So, and please look for me on the website. I appreciate it very much. And we'll see you later. Bye.